York City on this Friday, the 11th of May, 1984. You know, you got to be crazy to turn your back to traffic in probably the most dangerous cross-section in the entire city, but hopefully all the cars are going to go on either side of us. Coming up today on our program, we're going to go behind the scenes of All My Children. I'll tell you something interesting about All My Children. Reportedly, it is the most videotaped soap opera in the entire country. And that means that people that have the VCRs at home, they like to tape All My Children more than any other soap, so that when they get home from work, they can watch it and see what happened to the characters. Well, speaking of the characters, we've got some of them on our show today, and here's Ann Martin to tell us about it.
And I will do that. Did you see practically every car that went past him was a taxi? That's all they've got in that city, taxis and buses. This afternoon, we're going to be talking to James Mitchell, who portrays Palmer Cortland on All My Children. Sitting next to him is Marcy Walker, who plays Liza Colby, and Laurence Lau, who is Greg Nelson, as we said, the heartthrob of Pine Valley. And you're going to have a chance to talk with all three of the stars when we open our phone lines at 520-KABC or 714-977-1533. But first of all, we've done a little behind-the-scenes shooting at All My Children. Here it is.
Please.
10 seconds, stand by.
Quiet.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5 days a week, 52 weeks a year, another episode of All My Children videotapes in this New York studio. The actual show taping occurs late in the day. It marks the end of one day's work and the beginning of the next for this 24-hour operation. But for the actors and the majority of the production staff, there is a long, tiring day's work that takes place before any videotape rolls. Cheryl Hoffman is one of 3 directors on All My Children.
Anytime in the morning from midnight on, the sets are put up for the day's show. Lighting comes in and it starts lighting. Lighting has a plot of where each actor is going to stand during each scene. About 6:45, I come in the morning, I go around to the sets, I make sure the furniture's on its marks. If I need any special props, I talk to the prop guys about it. Then at 7:30, the actors start coming in, and from 7:30 till 10, I give them my blocking.
Try to cut me off.
We're driving. I thought I'd see how long we could go.
Hang myself with this dip.
Since blocking in the rehearsal hall is first on the actor's agenda, better than 8 hours away from the final taping, the actors' dress and their attitude is casual.
Well, Phoebe, I wish you the best of luck.
Oh, he's going to rue the day he dared to cross swords with T.B. Tyler Wallingford.
Yes, I'm sure he will.
I predict carnage. Total carnage.
All My Children has over 100 sets to choose from, but because of space limitations, only 10 to 12 can actually be set up on any day.
4, please. Erica, okay, ladies, you got to...
From 10 till noon, the actors and the cameras rehearse and block on the stage.
Yeah, okay, let's mark them all there, Rose, please.
During blocking rehearsal, everyone gets a chance to see what each scene is going to look and sound like.
Now, I can move the step. Let me get the step.
Mom, I've lost Daddy twice.
Get up in there as much as possible.
There's so much to accomplish during rehearsals for any daily one-hour show that little time is left for fooling around. Though the actors are not required in every scene, they utilize their free time learning their lines.
Now we go to the next scene.
Okay, now we got one house salad with Russian. You're watching this whole... this is going to be on.
I thought that was
You'll never work again.
Studio space is scarce and expensive in New York City, but All My Children's success has paid off. At least they have adequate room for the 40 contract actors, 75 stagehands, and 35 production staff members who contribute daily to the show.
We're really a family. We're a repertory company. Everybody really pitches in to make the show the best possible. We all love it. That's why we're here.
Ruth Warwick has played Phoebe Tyler since the show began 15 years ago. In 1977, the show expanded from a half hour to an hour.
We can't be quite as close as we were when we were a smaller cast. Then we were, I gave parties all the time and had everybody. Now it's pretty unwieldy to have, and we've got a wider range of age group now.
Pops, let's get rid of this, and Mary, you can get up and...
After lunch, the atmosphere is strictly business.
We come back and we have a run-through, which is with costumes and in makeup, and pretty much the performances that the actors are going to give. If it's a very sad scene and somebody's going to bawl their eyes out, they're probably going to save that for taping, but certainly an indication of the way the scenes are going to be played.
During their free dress rehearsal scenes, the actors must perfect their lines and prepare themselves for the scrutiny of the camera.
Valentine, Hillary, Joanna, Adam, and Edna. Act 3 places, Act 3.
Finally, by 4:30 or 5 in the afternoon, everyone is ready for the final taping of the show. And that's the All My Children we all know. It's 6:30 in New York, and they have just finished taping All My Children. In fact, we're looking directly across the street to the All My Children studio. We're with Marcy Walker. Marcy, you have a lot of fans out there. See the people standing right under the marquee there.
Yeah, well, see the girl that's sitting on the car right there? Her name is Colleen.
Yeah.
She has a twin, and they're there like 3 or 4 times every week, every day, all day long.
You know, it's funny because we arrived here about 3 hours ago, and there was a group of people out there even then.
Yeah, well, there's a much bigger group. I mean, now that they're finished, you know, they're like all kind of lingering off.
You know, unlike, I don't know, in Southern California, the autograph people, they come out, but once they get the autograph, you know, then they go home and they don't come back. But these people, you're telling me, are out there every day.
Well, the reason that they're there every day is, well, I just missed the step there.
That's okay, but the cameraman didn't, which is amazing, because we have to go way up to join our other friends.
Well, the reason, they feel that they're close to us. I mean, we know their names. They know who we are. They feel that they have a friendship with us.
Yeah.
They feel closer to the show, that they're addicts of the show. And the thing is that they're very caring people. They're just really interested, and it's a highlight in their life. They don't really have much else to do. I've tried to con some of them into like getting a job instead of just hanging out in front of the studio, but they have their set mind.
You know, is there a downside to it? Do you ever get a little nervous because the people are hanging around out there that there might be a kook in the crowd or something like that?
Well, only if they're a little creepy. Every once in a while you'll come across somebody like that, but it's nothing to really worry about. Hello.
Hey, here we're joined by the rest of the group. We've got James and we've got Lawrence over here. Good afternoon.
No, wait a second.
Speaking of what did you say?
Kooks? May I help?
No, not at all.
Can I
Wait
say
a second,
hello?
Jim.
And we've got Ann Martin back in the studio, and when
Yeah.
I plug in here, I'm
Hi,
going to
Ann.
be able to hear
Hi,
her
I-
just
Yes,
fine.
She wants to say
I
hello.
wanted to
hear her.
remind James and Lawrence that we have met here in Los Angeles on AM Los Angeles.
I
It's
remember
probably
very
been
well.
a year or more. I have never met Marcy.
It seems like
But-
yesterday.
Both of you. Well, thank you. Very kind. How are
The
you all?
interesting,
Hello, how are you? I'm fine.
the interesting
good.
combination here is that the two gentlemen on the outside, both James and Lawrence, both have California connections. Now, Lawrence, you were born in Long Beach.
Yes,
but
that's
you don't
true.
claim Southern California as your home.
Well, no, I actually grew up in Oregon, but I did my study I got my career off in California, in Los Angeles.
Okay. And James, of course, Turlock, California.
Well, actually, I was born in Sacramento, but I spent a lot of time in Turlock, and a lot of time in Southern California. I still do because I have a house there. I consider that home, really. Yay, Los Angeles.
And unfortunately, Marcy's from the Midwest. Well, I guess
Paducah, Kentucky.
Paducah, Kentucky.
We're just so thrilled.
That's all right, my dear.
You
Look
know,
where you are now.
That's true.
Yes,
Paducah.
Ann.
Lawrence has a great story to tell that a lot of people in Hollywood probably wishing that this would happen to them. The way you were discovered by your agent.
Oh.
You were hawking newspapers at a newsstand here
Yeah,
in town, huh?
there's a newsstand on Fairfax, run by Canners, and I sold newspapers there for a year and a half. And one day, an agent drove by in his Mercedes-Benz Sport Coupe convertible, right?
But you didn't know he was an agent.
I had no idea, you know. He just drove
LA
by.
people
Had
always know the names of
He had
their
a
cars.
three-piece suit on, you know, and real fancy tie, and looked very distinguished. And he drove up, and he wanted to buy a Sunday Times, and he asked me if I was an actor, and I jokingly replied, "Yeah, why, are you an agent?" And he said, "Yes," and he gave me his card, and that's the...
But you didn't believe him at first, did you?
No, it took me four weeks to get to him. I finally realized that he was legitimate, you know, and so I ran over there and did a monologue for him, and he signed me up. It was
Not a bad
Does
story.
anybody else have a good agent story?
I was not
Anthony?
discovered on a stool at Schwab's, no.
How were you
No.
discovered?
How was I discovered for this job? Oh, well, I was hanging around home, got a phone call, and it's actually a friend of mine in New York. They'd called him to audition for this particular role, and he said, no, he couldn't do it. Well, he couldn't do it. But he said, I have a friend who lives in California who might, with same age, same kind of type, and he might be interested. So they picked up the phone and asked me that, and the first thing out of my mouth, yes, I'd like to do that. And we did a camera test, and
next thing you know,
next thing I knew, I moved back to New York again. Sure.
I tell you what, we have to take a break right now, but we're going to be back with all three of you from All My Children, and of course we'll be taking questions from our viewers. Got lots of viewers out there with lots of questions.
Okay.
As we return to New York right after this. Stay with us.
Who has a Mother's Day gift outfit for under $16? You'll save 33% on these polos in fashion colors. Each has a status logo on the chest. Regular $8.99, now only $5.99. And get Mom a pair of twill pants with pleated yoke fronts featuring elasticized backs and slash pockets. And they're on sale at a 20% savings. Regular $11.99, now $9.99 a pair. That's polo and pants for less than $16. And look for Zodi's Mother's Day circular in your newspaper or mailbox.
Okay, Ralph, word association game. Quick now. Dishwasher.
KitchenAid?
Mixer.
KitchenAid?
Food processor.
Cuisinart.
Try again.
KitchenAid?
Sure. KitchenAid makes a food processor with the same quality, performance, and durability you get in all KitchenAid products.
Okay, Ralph, one more time. Food processor.
KitchenAid.
Yeah.
Right.
Available now at Jumco.
In the news today, 2 girls are now dead from a beating last night in Palos Verdes. Police have new information in the murder case, and we'll have a live update on Eyewitness News at 4. Also, a Glendale police officer is accused of molesting 3 teenagers. The son of publisher Otis Chandler is seriously injured in a crash while trying to qualify for the Indy 500. More nations are pulling out of the Summer Olympic Games. Joe McMahon continues his special report on elderly abuse with a look at places that could help ease the strain between children and elderly parents. And Ann Martin looks at the questions that need answering when it's time to retire. All that and more at 4. And LA Today continues in a moment.
A few years ago, I moved out to California from the East Coast. And I found one thing remained the same. My need for long-distance telephoning. Recently, however, something did change. I found MCI. You know, MCI works beautifully to any other state from coast to coast. Anytime. Even when I call an exotic place, like New Jersey.
Call MCI. Join Merv Griffin and millions of others saving up to 30, 40, even 50% on long distance.
This Saturday night, Los Alamitos will honor Mother's Day with a free professional-style curling iron with each paid admission until 9:30. It's a $19.95 retail value. In addition, there'll be a fashion show with drawings for each item in the show, including a new fur coat. Now, that's a free curling iron and maybe a new fur coat this Saturday night at Los Alamitos. Come early. First race at 7:45.
Sing at Los Alamitos.
I have never been to Los Angeles, so to me it's just another state. I only lived there 2 months, but I love it.
It's exciting. It's a lot of lights, everything's fancy.
I think it's great.
Oh, they're both
New Yorkers
wonderful.
talking about Los Angeles.
They really are.
Now, here's
Yeah.
an Angelino going to talk about New York. Driving around town today, the 3 of you, I see long lines everywhere, and I say, what's going on? What's going on? I run into Regis Philbin, and he tells me...
Of course, Regis would know. Yes.
You've got this big lottery going. Here's one of these lottery tickets, and tomorrow they're going to draw a winning number. Forget this, $18.5 million in the New York lottery. Did you all buy a ticket?
It's very expensive.
4.
You bought, I bought 4?
Yep. I went for $4.
It's supposed to be the biggest lottery prize ever in North America.
I hate lines.
18,
I
isn't
just
it?
hate
Yeah,
lines.
now-
I just refuse to do
But
it.
I wrote this down because I couldn't remember it. You want to know what the odds are of getting the winning ticket for the $18.5 million?
Something million,
The odds
isn't it?
are 3,529,525 to 1. Not real good odds.
Chuck,
Well,
if you
those are
win,
about
are you
the
buying
job,
dinner?
the odds of getting a job in the theater. I mean, you know, we've lived with it all our lives. Why not give it a blast?
What were you saying, Ann?
I was saying, if you win, are you buying dinner when you get home?
Well, I
That's a
have
selfish
not.
question, I
Will you
realize.
come for
but-
dinner?
I have not purchased a ticket yet, and because
Oh,
we're
isn't
leaving.
that your ticket?
No. I
That's a
borrowed
ticket.
it from
It's a
somebody.
prop.
I mean, there's an armed guard standing over here watching this ticket.
Oh,
No. I'm going to buy one, though, and I'll be
good.
happy to buy one for all of our viewers. No, no way. You fly to New York and buy your own ticket.
Uh-huh.
But are you going to get in?
I've never done that.
Marcy,
I'm in.
no.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking seriously about it, yeah.
You have to go wait in line,
We've
though.
got
That's
till
so boring.
We've got till tomorrow, till 5 o'clock, right? Till tomorrow?
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah, it's
everybody's
tomorrow.
off Saturday, and everybody's going to be in line, and it's
But
like
I didn't have to
bad.
stand in line. I have a friend who works in a shop that sells them. So,
Oh. See, it's
no
who you
line.
know.
It's who you
It's
know.
who you
Always
know.
who you
Jimmy's
know.
got great connections here in New York.
Great connections for
Lotto.
Bingo.
How does it feel to be on one of the most successful, if not the most successful, soap opera on television?
Feels great.
It's very comforting.
Yeah.
It really is.
When you all joined the show, where was it?
Number
two.
It was two?
Yeah.
It goes back and
It
forth,
goes back and forth.
depending upon
Up and down.
storyline.
Is there any rivalry between you folks and the folks that do, like, General Hospital?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah. I just love it. I love the feeling of competition. It's very healthy. You know, I watch their show all the time just to see how, how we're doing. It's not a bad competitive feeling. I feel a very healthy one.
See, I don't feel any competition at all, just because it's ABC. You know, ABC has
Yeah, but
General
I mean, isn't
Hospital
there,
like
something to be the #1 soap opera? I mean, I don't know. There's a big competition in the news business to be #1.
Maybe they would feel it more if it was...
I feel, not, intensely, but I feel rivalry between the shows because although we belong to the same network, the same company, we are always trying to be better than the other shows. So there is a kind of rivalry.
What were you saying, Ann?
I was going to say you probably would feel more competition if either General Hospital was done in New York or you were done out here in L.A. When you're 3,000 miles apart, it's hard to feel any real personal edge, isn't it?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I'm
Because
sure.
you don't see him walking around all the time.
Yeah.
and You're not faced with it as much as you are when you're, you're separate like this.
Well, I mean, if you're looking at the ratings every day on the sheet,
Yeah.
on the board,
It goes back and forth so much, depending upon storyline, except, of course, when there's a major thing, like when Jenny and Greg, I was just, like, shot through the roof.
Married?
Married,
when I
or got
punched
together,
her
or when you punched her in the mouth.
Remember
What?
when I knocked him out at the altar?
Oh, Tony. I thought you meant Jenny. I'm going, what? I missed that show.
You know what I like
that
about
show,
this?
too.
They have as much difficult keeping track of these characters as any of us who watch this show.
That's
we're
nice.
5 weeks ahead of time
we're
now.
5 weeks. We're 5 weeks ahead because, as you know, ABC has the exclusive on the Olympics. So we're 5 weeks in the can, and it's very hard
So
to
you
remember
have to
what we
go
did.
Right.
you
And
know.
what's aired and
what's
together.
aired, yeah.
Are your lives as glamorous off camera as they are on camera?
Much
of course,
more so.
You've got deep financial problems on
Deep,
camera.
so I'm just
Maybe yours is, honey. I do my laundry every Thursday, like anybody else.
Hey, are you ready for a phone call, everybody?
Yeah.
Sure.
Can we interrupt here with a phone call?
Can I say one thing first?
Sure.
Hi, Robin. I know
Oh,
you're
no,
watching.
wait.
There's other personal messages.
I
There's
have
others
to
coming up.
Robin Simon.
I have to say
Dear
hello
friend.
to mostly. I have to say hello to Rosina Pinchot in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And that I love you and happy Mother's Day.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Same to you, Camille.
Okay. Let's take a phone
I'll
call
say hello
right
to
now.
somebody.
Hello, my name is Ruth, and I saw Marcy on the streets of New York about a week ago Tuesday. She was having a flower bought for her by her boyfriend, and I went up and told her how pretty I thought she was and how I liked the way her character was changing on All My Children. And now I'm sitting in Los Angeles and watching her on television, and I wanted to ask you what I didn't ask you again. Was he your boyfriend or your husband or just a friend that worked with you on the set?
The personal question.
Boy, this is like a major question. That is actually, the lady I just said hello to? That's her son, Bronson Pinchot, and he was here. I just got done doing a film, and he was in the film with me, and he had come through New York on his way to L.A., and that was who you saw buying the flower for me.
But you haven't answered her question.
I know, I'm not going to either.
Come on, Marcy.
Because he is someone new in my life.
Oh.
But don't you want to go any further? Now, Charles was here
No,
yesterday from Edge of Night
look,
and
you
told
can-
us about
you
the
can hassle
engagement.
Charles, but you're not
and the
hassling
marriage.
me.
Come
All
on,
right,
Marcy.
No way.
She's
She'll
not
tell
going
me, and
for
I'll
it,
tell
Chuck.
you later, Chuck, okay?
Yeah, right, Lair.
One more phone call here, then we'll take a break. Hello.
Yes, my name is Lydell, and I was wondering if the character Palmer was ever going to get his money back.
We hope so. I'm told that possibly Palmer will get his money back, and I'm waiting for it to happen. But they haven't told me exactly when it'll happen. But I think so. I think so. And I hope I turn mean again.
James, are you still running? Are you
What?
still running a boarding house to keep
Yes,
things
unfortunately.
afloat?
Also, I'm selling everything at hand. All the silverware, the plates, everything, the whole thing.
Poor
I'll
guy.
sell Myra.
Sell the slaves.
Yes, that's right.
We have to do a little selling too right here. So we'll take a quick break, and then we will be back for more of your questions back in New York. Stay with us.
Summertime is white linen time. Estee Lauder's white linen. A crisp, refreshing fragrance to live in. All summer long. All year long. White linen by Estee Lauder. Now available at Bullock's.
This woman is in the dark because she's been abused. She's not alone. The elderly are often victims of brutal treatment from family members and strangers. Find out what can be done to help our elderly come out of the darkness on Eyewitness News at 4. It could affect someone you love.
Also at 4, if you want to escape the hassles of the city and you're ready to retire and lead an active life, let Ann Martin suggest some golden places for those golden years. It all happens this week at 4.
Only on Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
You have a question for one of the stars of All My Children? Well, give us a call at 520-KBC or in area code 714-977-1533. We'll be back with more of LA Today from New York right after this. Stay with us.
Okay, Homer, hit it. 7.
All righty, we're back with the stars of All My Children. Well, we had a great conversation while you were away.
Yes.
We're talking about, James was saying that, California is always going to be your home.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I have a lot. Well, I went to school there. I have a lot of friends there. I'm on a board of directors of a dance company, the Bella Lewitsky Dance Company, and the foundation is building theater called the Dance Gallery down below on Bunker Hill, the whole new development there. Below the Dorothy Chandler.
So when you come back,
so I'm
to LA,
very
it's like
busy
coming
there.
back now. Okay, let's take some more calls. Good afternoon. You have a question?
Well, in a minute. Hello.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Joanne Gray of Montebello. This question is for Laurence. I have 2 questions. First, are you single? If not, is there someone special in your life? And also, what is your personal relationship with Jenny off the set?
Next question. No. Yes, I'm single. I do have someone special in my life, and I'm very good friends with Kim Delaney.
Okay.
That was quick.
Boy,
That
that's
was.
Sweet and to the point.
Sensitive territory, you went right through it. Good afternoon.
Hi, my name is Kathy, and I'm calling for Upland. I'd like to ask anyone in the group, who or what inspired your acting career the most?
Look at our A lot of people.
How about
Well, I go way back. I was raised, had a kind of foster family, and they were in vaudeville. And so that kind of gave me a taste for it. I used to appear on the stage with them a little bit. That was a taste of it. And then, of course, I was always influenced by motion pictures. You get to go to the pictures on Saturday matinees. And I was enthralled with all of that. And actually, it was, well, there you go. The name's out of my head. Who did a dance sequence in a movie, and I decided right then and there that that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah. Marcy?
Well, I've only been in show business for almost 4 years, and I've been doing the show for 3. The only person I could say that really influenced my career is the person who brought me into the career, and her name is Jane Iredale, and she was a casting director who discovered me waiting in line in Illinois and cast me in a movie. So she was the one who just kind of picked me up out of the middle of nowhere and brought me to New York and started my career, and so influenced it immensely.
That's as good a story as Laurence is selling newspapers and
well,
meeting his...
you know, we have the same agent.
Oh, do you?
And so it's we're real close to home on our stories.
That's a great story. Yeah. For me, let's see. When I was a senior in college, halfway through, there was this a writer. He's now my best friend. His name is K. Michael Wright. he wrote a play, a one-act play, and I was in it with my very first play, and he so encouraged me that he gave me some belief in myself, and I carried on. And all I can say is thanks, K. Michael Wright. You know, I talked to him last night. He's moving to New Zealand. Gosh, he's a crazy man.
Okay, let's take another phone call here. New Zealand, it's a long way. Hello.
Yeah. Hi. He's going to write a novel.
You have a question? Anybody there?
Hi.
Yes.
Hello. You have a question?
He
We've
just
lost
wanted to
that
breathe a
person.
little bit.
On we go. Good afternoon.
Hi, this is Ann Marlette, and I'm calling from Solvang, California.
Okay.
Hi.
And this is for anybody in general. We always hear people, stars coming into Solvang. It's a Danish tourist town, and I've never seen any, so I don't know how people act. How do people act when they run into you guys on the street?
Oh, I see.
Well, that's good.
Oh, it varies.
Yeah, it varies a lot according to...
what character
yeah,
you
what
play.
character
A lot of
I
that.
play. Sometimes I get I just plain run.
Yeah,
If
right.
they're angry with me.
I wear this.
Do you ever run across the fan that can't separate the character
Yes.
from,
Yes.
Yes.
from who you really are?
But not too often.
But the thing...
Not really very often. They don't know our real names because the credits run by so quickly. How can they possibly find out?
But also, I mean, you can't expect anything more of them. We're in their living rooms 5 days a week. They have never seen us before except for what we do on television. What we do and what we say is all that they see and all that they can relate to in the back of their minds, anything that they can bring out of that. So however they react to you is only what they see of you.
Right.
You know.
And that's why they're so
It's
nice
not
to
bothersome.
That's why they're so nice to me.
Chuck,
Listen, I
it's
wanna-
been fun.
Right. I want to thank these three for joining us. They literally came right over after the end of taping. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank
The
you.
sun
It's a
is
pleasure.
setting in New York, and we must go.
Right.
Been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Ann?
Thanks to all of you.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye, Robin.
Bye-bye. See you on Monday, Chuck.
Okay.
Have a good flight home. And thank you for joining us. And the news is coming up at 4 o'clock, but first we'll show you the names of all the people who put LA Today together every week.